It's called the Bibby Stocker.
Hi there, this video's live.
Temporary accommodation for single adult male asylum seekers under Home
Office looking at Portland Bill for Foreigners Home, UK, 23.
Dan Johnson is there for us this morning. Dan, I know you've been
Or new
spending a
home.
lot of
That's pretty
time
new
there
home.
recently, and people out there are already making their feelings
I was going
known.
to go down there today originally, Portland.
Yes, this is not the first protest that Portland has seen over the last few weeks, as this
Because of the
park
train
has been
strike, I can't
refitted,
risk
first
it.
of all in Cornwall, and then it's been brought up the south coast overnight. And if we show you the other camera shot that we've got here, you can see it's just making its final manoeuvres this morning, getting into position to be brought in to the port here. Then it'll be connected up. It's got to be berthed alongside the harbour. It's got to be connected to power, water, sewage, that sort of thing. So it'll be another few days before anybody actually goes aboard. We're expecting the first 50 asylum seekers to go on board in the next week or so, but it'll be another few weeks before it gets up to its capacity of 500. But it has been controversial. There have been a number of protests already. There's been angry public meetings too. And in the time I've spent here talking to different people about their opposition to this plan, you certainly cannot mistake the strength of feeling in Portland.
It's disgusting, and you should be ashamed.
They don't like the Conservative Party.
People are angry.
The Conservatives are very unpopular. They'll get voted out next year. Partly I don't like the Conservative Party.
Of a central government policy,
There you go.
keeping local community reality.
Women and girls' safety.
I'm going to
Of an island under pressure, and many say unable to cope with another 500 people.
We are fed up to the back teeth. You can't even give us a proper health care now.
This is what they're worried about. A floating accommodation block which reached British waters 2 months ago. It used to house 220 offshore workers, but it's been refitted to more than double its capacity and provide what the Home Office describes as basic and functional conditions.
It's absolutely ludicrous.
Here, it'll house 500 single men who are seeking asylum. We're told they'll be towards the end of the asylum process.
That's ridiculous.
Now, there are all sorts of concerns and questions from
It's
local
government.
people about what conditions on board will be like and about the impact for the community here.
This is a small island
It's a beautiful
with a
place to
relatively
go.
big population where facilities are already stretched.
It's a peninsula island.
But for a barge to come here,
It's not an island, it's more a peninsula.
on the island is very difficult. We've got one road on, one road off. The medical side of things, we have problems having doctor's appointments as it is. Will they get priority? It's difficult.
And the lack of consultation has fueled the anger and concern.
It may not be a vision of horror in a big city to think about 500 young people mingling around. I think on Portland it probably is, and that's what we need addressing. I think if it's not managed, you end up with 500 people destroying a community.
The government's made a priority of stopping dangerous boats bringing migrants across the
Stupid,
channel.
Richie Sunak's stupid, man.
It's costing us £6 million a day. It's not fair on the taxpayer. It's not fair on the individual migrants to be staying in hotels.
Well, if you're a bad person, you should be in prison. You should really not be. You shouldn't be in your job where you are, darling. You're as bad as Theresa May. You're getting away with manslaughter there.
And also much more cost effective for the taxpayer.
Do I think it's the right location? Probably not.
Local politicians are opposed to this, but they have to make it work.
For a variety of reasons, we've always had concerns about impacts on services. However, we have fought really, really hard to get the funding agreements in place that we think we need to mitigate that.
There's millions of pounds to provide buses to transport the asylum seekers and offer them activities because they're not allowed to work. The police will also put on extra patrols.
I wouldn't anticipate it's going to have any further impact on crime, disorder or antisocial behaviour, and that's why it's important that we do have that the voluntary care, the voluntary sector supporting the integration, and again the transportation to local facilities so that they can integrate fully into local communities.
It's ridiculous.
But that's not enough to reassure everyone here.
We have children, grandchildren, businesses. Just makes us feel unsafe
I don't want 500 men in one small town, not 500 men with totally different views on women and children. It's not safe. I don't mind people coming, I don't mind refugees coming, I don't mind women, children, families coming, but 500 men in any place is going to be trouble.
They wouldn't put this in leafy Wimbledon, would they? They wouldn't go there. You know, that'll never happen, but it'll happen here.
No hate, no fear. Refugees are welcome here.
And look at this, stand up to racism, also opposed, also protesting, supporting refugees, but not the plan to accommodate them.
We want to give a very clear message to the government that housing refugees on barges is completely inhumane and
It's criminal.
Refugees are welcome here. Stop the hit.
Home Secretary Lane should look herself in the mirror and think who she is.
Voices here united in opposition.
Because she's waiting for an evil person. Or she's evil just as much as Rishi Sunak. They both are crooks.
Yeah, passion's running pretty high here. We've got those two groups outside the port this morning protesting, giving their opposition to the barge. I think the one clear message that you get from both groups is no to the barge. They don't support this. They don't think it's the right place for this to be happening. They don't think that Portland can cope with it. Let's have a quick look at Sammy, who lives in Portland. Why are you here, Sammy? Why are you opposed to this?
I'm here for my family.
Time's down there.
Because we haven't got enough staff for the NHS, dentists, doctors, financially. 500 men. Why 500 men when there should have been really families, children?
You'd like more of a mixture of people?
There should have been, I think, because that's what we was previously told. Now, 500 men between 18, 35, 60, however old, I have children to think about.
Aren't you just a NIMBY, not in my backyard? Because everyone would say, oh, put it somewhere else.
No,
it's got to go somewhere, doesn't it? These people have to stay somewhere.
Why Portland? It's very small. Why didn't London accept them being big, city, whatever? France, Ireland, no one wants them. Why?
Okay.
What about the council?
She's right.
Thank you, Sammy. Let's bring in
London will be a lot more police. Be a lot more food supply. Out there, it's the sticks.
We're here because we utterly don't support the barge. We don't
I don't understand it myself, really.
It's the wrong place for it to be. But
so you're united in your opposition?
We are united.
It's a beautiful place, Portland. What are you trying to do? Ruin it for us, Mr. Rishi Sunak. Ruin the beauty of it. Put people going down there, tourists.
What do you think is
an idiot?
In an ideal world, we would join together. We would support them. We would give them.
You're going to lose the general election next year, Mr. Sunak. Your days are numbered. You know it. Doesn't matter if you reshape or your part. You're finished.
What do you think the right solution to this should be? How should this be managed?
Shame on you, Richard Sunak.
Creating safe passages for the people to come. They have to go somewhere. We should be speeding up the asylum-seeking claims. It's a deliberate policy of the government to slow them down, to create this sort of problem in our environment. It's just a distraction technique to avoid people really facing the harsh realities of life. All the time while people are focusing on 500 refugees, they're not focusing on the cost of living crisis.
Okay. Thank you for your time. We're going to leave it there. As you can hear, there is a real strength of feeling on this island. There is real opposition, but the government seems determined to go ahead with this plan. We're expecting the first asylum seekers to go aboard in the next few
days. Eats humble pie and gets sick, Mr. Rishi Sunak does.
It's 20 to 8. Mike is here with...
So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel on Sunday Gems at the Force Speed Week always. Going back to spot the need to the money. Way needs to issue. This is my friend Sparky and Jimbo on the ITF Friday feeling. Sorry Hills Radio Station show. If you fry it 3 to 5 p.m. analog and just about 1500. Sunday ITF Friday feeling. Sorry Hills Radio Station show. And this is me on large show. If you Sunday 9 to 12 p.m. which all Matt live on the Wakey Radio Station show. Please subscribe to my show on Sundays. May the Force speed you always. Got to spot the needs of the money. Way in the queue. Please a thumbs up left side of the screen. Press that button. Subscribe to my show on Sunday Gems. That's what we do. Bye everyone.